Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a film review. Tonight we're off to Japan and we're looking at a 1970s or maybe 60s Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. Now that is from our Showa era box set, which is by Criterion. It's got a shed loads of movies in it. And this one is a little bit further down the line in them. This story is a bit messed up. It's a bit everywhere. It starts off really cool, where we sort of see these sort of scientists going into this sort of cave, and they discover this sort of drawings and stuff on the wall, and one of the female sort of like archaeologists sort of says, "Oh, this is like, well, when some sort of saying like when the Black Mountain rises in the sky, a monster will come and destroy the earth." Anyway, and then one night they're flying in an airplane to somewhere because they found this statue in this cave, and they're off to take it to some sort of like museum, university, and they look out the window and they see this Black Mountain, of course, in the sky. So they think this is all happening. And as this happens, we see a monster arise from the ground. But at the beginning of the film, we see a monster already sort of appearing up, which is one of Godzilla's sort of friends. But then we see Godzilla rising up from the ground, and he is starting to destroy buildings and stuff like that. So I think Godzilla is the one that's come to destroy the planet. And they don't understand, because I think in this stage in the Godzilla sort of franchises, he was sort of like a bit of a hero, a bit of a good guy. And as it progresses, they find little bits of sort of like titanium metal all over the place and stuff from outer space. And then we see these sort of so-called Martians, but they're just people dressed in silver suits, and they're planning to sort of take over the earth. And then we've got this sort of James Bond sort of villain sort of spying on these guys after this statue, and all this sort of stuff's going on. It's really crazy. And then while Godzilla's attacking the town, his friend monster comes and they start having a fight, and he rips a bit of Godzilla's skin and you can see it's all metal. And then a bit further down the line, Godzilla himself turns up and out the ground, and he starts fighting with this imposter Godzilla, which turns out to be Mecha Godzilla. Because after a while, he drops this sort of skin and it's all metal, so it's like this cyborg Godzilla firing rockets from his hands and all. It's so strange, so bizarre. It's, you know, you can see where sort of in the sort of 90s and that, where the Power Rangers got their sort of ideas from. But yeah, it kind of like, then it starts having this battle between these two Godzillas, which our Godzilla comes off the worst and sort of disappears. And he goes to this one of these islands where he keeps getting hit by lightning, which is re-energizing him. And he sort of disappears out the film for a while. And then the film sort of turns on to these Martians catching these scientists and this other guy sort of spying on them. And it goes on for pretty much a majority of film like that until we get more nearer the end, where we get to see our sort of monsters battling it out again. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, this one, because I really enjoyed it. You know, I really liked it. I'm going to score it a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed the film. It's one of the more sort of spectacular Godzillas of this age, with quite a few effects, which looked really good. In a lot of the scenes, Godzilla's looked really cool in it, especially when you've got heavy storm weather and you can just make out his shape and silhouette in the storm. It's absolutely wonderful, really cool. Really before its sort of time, really, and it's really well played out. But you can still see we've still got our two men in a costume sort of thing going on, but that's a part of the charm, right? It is a really cool film though, It is a really good one in the box set. I think it's on about disc 7. I've hardly watched any of these yet. I've just picked that one out randomly from the box set. And I just thought, well, I'm going to watch that one tonight because it's been a while since we've had a look at any Godzillas on my channel. But I will add some photos. There won't be any video clips because it gets blocked. But I'm still thinking it might get blocked with the photos. So I might be talking hogwash and there might be no photos by the time this actually goes out. But if it does, that's cool. But yeah, Toyo are very protective over their brand and don't let any sort of copyright infringement. Showing a photo or showing a clip with no sound and it's not really any sort of like infringement, but they're quite strict about it and that's up to them. But we'll see. Hopefully it will get out there. Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. 7 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? If you have, let me know down below what you think of it. It's a cool film. This is not a long review because there's not a lot I can really say about these sort of films because they're all kind of like, Godzilla's coming to town and they think he's a bad guy, but he turns out to be a hero sort of thing. And they're all pretty much like that. But they're all good fun. They're great sort of popcorn movies. And it's really cool to get this box set with all of those in it. Really, really cool. The lad's got this as well and he's dead chuffed with it. But yeah, we'll look at some more Godzilla soon.